Hello, everyone, and welcome to Portal 64, your host, your gateway to. Oh boy. Hello, everyone, and welcome to VYTALCast number 68. I'm your host, David, and today you guys are the guests, and I'm very excited to do this again, and hopefully, with the window capture, it will be easier for you guys to get on. Hey, Maria, and hello, Smash. Thank you for claiming the chat, and hello Gage. So how excited are you guys for the finale tomorrow? And because there's a bit of thoughts I have on last week's episode, and also just excitement for the finale and also the premiere of Genlock tomorrow. Tomorrow's just going to be overwhelming for me because I have not only the Ruby finale, Genlock episode 1 and 2, but I also have my birthday party with my local friends happening that day, so whew. Yeah, you're excited for the finale? I am too, although it is Volume 6, I have to say, like, when it started, I thought where we would be at this point would be completely different. I thought we would have been ending in Atlas. Maybe they do reach Atlas. They'll do like a little traveling skip after the big conflict, but I totally thought we would have been in Atlas at this point, and then maybe something would have happened there. So I just want to talk to you guys and see what your thoughts are, and obviously we'll be doing predictions and talking about the big Bumblebee moment. But I also want to say, hopefully, wait, does it capture my mouse? I need to make sure that my mouse gets captured. Okay, I guess it doesn't capture my mouse on the window capture, but if you want to join on the VYTALCast chat, all you need to do is click on the chat it out loud, so you guys can see that I'm talking on that, and I will drag you from there to the stream chat, just so you guys know. That is how things will be going. So you always just need to jump in chat out loud, hit me up on the live chat here on VYTALCast, and then I'll just drag it in, and we'll give everyone like 15 minutes of time, just so we could try to get everyone on at some point. Okay. Oh yeah, Semblance of Sanity just went live if anyone wants to watch a gaming stream. Okay. Hey Inspector Who, how are you? Okay, so Maria is saying, to be quite honest, I'm quite excited and sad. Glad that Ruby went towards the right direction. Yeah, I'm very excited with the quality of this season, and like how a lot of it was more writing and story based. Now with the end, I guess we're hitting more of the action based stuff. I was hoping maybe it'll bounce out a bit. And there's a few pieces that I'm still like, okay, we had this from the beginning of the volume. Where will it become relevant again? We'll talk about it in a bit. Gage is saying, I thought there was a fist to sword between... Wait, did I read that right? I thought that there was a fist to sword fight between Yang and Blake. Did you think they were gonna fight? Like Yang and Blake would fight, like, physically, instead of, like, arguing with each other? I mean, unless it was, like a training thing, I don't think they would have done that. I know like emotions would run high between them, but I know because they care about each other and their teammates, they wouldn't actually try to harm each other. Hannah Ray is saying, I'm in volume 3 right now. When Winter shows up, Weiss's sisters, dude, Winter is another character I thought would be in volume 6 at this point, and tomorrow is the last chance to see Winter back on. Okay, Inspector Who's saying, I'm so tired, but I'm so ready. I feel that, and I'm playing the catch-up game so bad right now. I need to upload some videos I got ready, and then get other videos ready. So I got 2 videos ready to upload. I need to edit 2 videos, and then tomorrow I have to record 3 videos. So I'll be once again behind, and I need a break. Rooster Teeth, what are you doing to me? Actually, no, I should be pointing at myself, being like, why did you do this to me? I did it to myself. Okay. Hannah Ray is saying, did you see Venom yet? Not yet. I've had a really hectic January, so I've honestly been forgetting, and then just been... I've had a lot of stuff, private life-wise, that I'm still sifting through, and then in the chaos of all of that, I've been trying to get YouTube back up to where I want it to be. So, yeah, I will get to Venom. Trust me, I want to watch it. It's just a matter of opportunity for me. Hey, I thought they would fight in some context, but I'm glad with what we have. Okay, yeah, I can see that. And honestly, I think their argument in the barn was kind of it. I wish they did kind of argue a little bit more, although we did also have, like, Yang telling Blake she doesn't have to go out of her way to do things. They just need to, like, let time do its thing, and Blake was being a little bit more forceful with trying to make things good. Maria saying, however, I'm doing my best to avoid spoilers since I'm not a member. Heard that there's a lot of salty people about Adam. Okay, let me talk about that, because I actually have a separate video. So I guess I am 3 videos behind, soon to be 6 videos behind on my editing. But I do have a video that's talking not so much about Adam, but something in relation to Adam. Inspector Who reacts and saying, no breaks for Ruby or to Genlock. Yeah, they didn't even give us a week. It's a little rude. Just kidding. It's not. They're just like, you know what? It's David's birthday weekend. Let's just give him a big finale and a huge beginning to another great series. So I'm not complaining. It's just... I need to figure out my work schedule. Okay, so people being salty about Adam. And Maria, I don't know if you're watching the right stream if you want to avoid spoilers. I gotta be honest. VYTALCast usually will have... Well, actually, when I say usually, I mean almost always will have spoilers for the newest episode. And I really want to talk about it. I can't talk about why there's salt or what the salt is about without giving away a spoiler. Okay, Gage is saying, why do I have a feeling someone from Junior is gonna die in the Battle of Atlas? Oh gosh, I hope not. I really don't see a point to killing someone else from Team Junior right now, or Team Juniper, but if anyone is gonna die next episode, I think it might be Crow. Because Crow, he's not in a good headspace right now. He's been, for the last several episodes, just been kind of moseying around, and you know it's bad when Ruby, one of the most patient people on her team, is kind of losing patience with him. And, you know, with him being a family member, she probably has a lot more patience for him than she would have for a non-family member. Crow, man, it's been a little heartbreaking to watch him this volume. The Bicon, Crow must not die. Yeah, I don't know, he might, and it might be time for him to go, show-wise. We've been kind of having this thing where they're kind of playing on a Crow is holding Ruby back, in the sense of he's not letting her be an adult or like be a leader, but it's forcing her to become that anyways, because she has to babysit him now. The table has kind of turned on their relationship. It's more of, instead of him leading her, she's now having to like lead him, but really feels like she's dragging him. Like he's not willing to move along, and she's like, come on, old man, like, I know you're really depressed and drunk right now, but we need to get you to Atlas. So, Dragon versus Bull equals steak, bacon, and chicken leg. Yeah. I'm so ready for Atlas. Yeah, I'm really excited for Atlas. I'm more excited to see Atlas outside of the Schnee Manor, because all we had was the Schnee Manor, and it was really just a prison, a really, really nice prison for Weiss. And I would like to see what more their society looks like that's not like a charity dinner party you know, or a dinner party in disguise for charity or for a good cause. It was very much like a bunch of rich people trying to pat themselves on the back for caring. And you just see how like out of touch those people were. So I wonder how the common folk in Atlas are, and like how the geography is, and a lot of that stuff. Actually, that would be cool. Wait, the relationship between Crow is similar to Carolina and the director. I don't know. Carolina was always trying to get the director's like approval and like try to be in the spotlight, but of course he always favored Tex, and that always pissed her off. She never really had to force the director to do anything. She did go find the director to kill him at some point, but I never really got the feeling that she was trying to drag the director to a goal that they both had. It was always kind of like she was following his orders. She kind of always wanted to please him, but was always kind of like upset that no matter how hard she tried, she would never get the love that she wants from him. So Gage is saying kill for kill, eye for eye, blood for blood, it's time to die. Oh my, that is deep. Wait, is that from the song that plays during the Atom fight? Did you see the Ruby spider art? Inspector Who, which channel did you post it on? Because I thought I tried looking up the VYTALCast channel a bit. Did you put it in the art channel? Oh, you did put it in the art channel. I'm so sorry. This was like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, you made a Ruby. Okay, hold on. I am... Hold on. I'm going to save this image real quick so we could put it in the... Is that in the right folder? Yeah, that'll be the right folder. I'll get it ready for the fan art thing, because I love the little chibi art you just did. Okay. Now I just need to make sure that the properties are set right for showing it. Okay, so there's that, and then properties. Okay, let me just quickly... Ah, no! OBS, what are you doing? What are you doing, OBS? Hold on. I need to resize all of that, because that was... Okay, it's being resized. Here, I'll exit out of that. Okay, so now it should work. Just kidding. Now, there it is. Oh, crap. Here, I'll bring that to the top. Okay, so there's this spider. Oh, you can already see on the Discord capture. I was trying to do like a nice little reveal for it, but yeah, there's the chibi art where she says, "Ruby, get down. It's not Halloween anymore. Aki Yang, let go." Oh wait, oh that is Yang. I'm so sorry. I don't know why, but I thought Weiss was the Pigtails person. Okay. Hey, Dragon Eater. Sup, Persona MCs. Gage was saying that the lyrics earlier from the Neo fight. Man, I need to really go through the Volume 6 soundtrack. I really just wait till the songs are finished so I could buy them on iTunes and then listen to them over and over again. Okay. Yeah, the art channel. Thank you, Inspector Hoonanary. I found it eventually. You made this 3 years ago. Now I want to do it again for Spider-Verse. Dude, do it again. Do it again. I would love to see this with your current talent. So, let's see. So, okay, back to what I was saying. Maria, if she hasn't been active in the chat for a bit, but to talk about the Atom Salt that I've been seeing go around, and I can't remember, I think it might have been Connor in the Discord, we talked about it a bit. There's a lot of people saying, and maybe I could try to find the tweet, it might have been from Unicorn of War. but his tweet very much kind of explains a good bit of it. Okay, found it. Okay, so a lot of people are salty about Adam because they felt like he was a character to be redeemed, or like he had some sort of quality for humanity. I kind of disagreed with that a lot because he just never showed anything to look like he wanted redemption or could be redeemed. He was never about equality for the Faunus. He was very much like the humans need to pay. I'm very much a revenge person. I always thought that Blake and him, you know, being activists, they were very much a commentary on like the two ways to go around how people go about doing activism. There's always the ones who are out for blood, wanting revenge, and then there's those who want true equality and to actually fix the problems and help bring society as a whole up. Whereas this was just like I want to turn the tables, make them feel what I felt. And some people thought, oh, you know, Adam, he used to be a good person to Blake, but in the last chapter, she said that was just someone he was pretending to be, not that he actually used to be a person. It's her realizing, no, you weren't actually ever a nice person to me. You were pretending to be a nice person. He's a very manipulative and abusive person, and it's kind of part of the reason why she had such a problem with running away and not wanting to rely on others, is because she trusted him. He manipulated her into thinking he was someone to be trusted and rely on, and then he betrayed that, and you know, she has a lot of guilt for leaving because she still had some sort of attachment to him, and I fully understand that from some friendship that I had from 2016 to 2017. I could go a bit more into it, but there's this tweet from Connor Joseph Redfield on Twitter. He posted a screenshot from a Discord server, and it says, Adam never cared about the Faunus rights in volumes 3 through volume 1 through 3. Oh man, my brain. Okay. Adam never cared about the Faunus rights in volumes 1 through 3. If you go back, the way he formulated everything he said, it has always been in a trend of, I want humanity to pay, and never, I want equality, I want a better life for my people. Always, they need to suffer. He doesn't care about Faunus, and he never did. He only cares about the people that wronged him get hurt, which is exactly what he projects onto Blake as well. He's been a very consistently written character, but for some reason people keep romanticizing him in their heads. Maybe it's because you wanted to like him, or thought his designs were cool, or found him attractive, and you twisted him in your head over the years because of it. But he's always been a terrible person from the start, but a good character. What he ended up becoming here in Volume 6 is and always has been consistent to what he was before. So yeah, he's had good writing, but a lot of people, like Blake, kind of like got a twisted image of him in their head that he's a good person and that they should try to, that he can be good, or there's goodness in him. And I always personally kind of went against that, but because of some revelations I went through last year, or like around last October to be more specifically, I started to see more of see and relate more to like Blake in relation to Adam, and like it kind of hits hard to hold home, especially seeing like this whole debate of people being angry about him being killed off in the show now, and it's just yeah. Maria says, do people ever pay attention to his dialogue towards Blake, especially in his like character short where he's like where he sounded so robotic towards her. He was like, I love you, Blake, and like, come on, Blake, need you to go do this, Blake. Like it was very weird. Logan says, is this gonna turn into a Genlock show in the off season? Pretty much. I'm not gonna lie, we will talk a lot about Genlock in the off season, and that's where Genlock is a blessing in disguise for me. I could keep VYTALCast going 56 weeks a year. Alright. Hannah Ray said she shared some fan art in the VYTALCast channel. I will check that out after the show. It says, Uh, he coined them as hate them. Okay. Inspector Who said, I never saw Adam as redeemable. Stoic saying, I've always seen Adam as a physical obstacle that Blake had to overcome. Well, he wasn't just a physical outcome, physical obstacle. He was also like a very much emotional and mental thing. She, like a lot of the past conflicts that Blake had with the team and Yang were because of things that Adam put her through, and she's very much still affected with it. She has a lot of emotional scarring from it, and it's kind of why her character looks inconsistent to a lot of people, but it really isn't to someone who's gone through manipulation and emotional abuse like that. You're gonna rebound a lot, and you're gonna go through a lot of mental obstacles, and you see the person in a good light, you see them in a bad light, you're scared of them, you love them type thing. I very much been relating to that. Keith said, I only saw Adam as a psycho. Ding, ding, ding. If Adam and Blake made nice, he would have killed them all. I agree with that. I never really saw him as a redeemable person, and honestly, because of how real his treatment towards Blake feels to a lot of people, and I've been kind of feeling that a bit lately because he's been back in the show and also seeing how the fandom's been reacting to the whole conflict with him. I personally would be very upset if he was redeemed. Like, even if he wasn't brought along to Atlas or anything, I would have been very... I'm sorry if you could hear my dogs. I would have been very upset if he was tried to turn into a good character, especially because he was physically abusive and also emotionally abusive in a way where he really tore her down. I don't think a lot of people would have had... I don't think that would have sit well with a lot of people. So, he took blatant pleasure in taking Yang's arm. Blake's separation from the team and her friends, and especially said, this could have been our day, can't you see this, and belittled her. Exactly. He was always about, like, ownership over Blake, and, like, making him feel good, and, like, he has a power boner, I would say. He wants to have power over Blake, he wants to have power over the White Fang, he wants to have power over humanity, all to make himself feel better, and basically forward the pain that he had in his early childhood. So Hannah Ray is saying, totally understandable. My Son of Venom AU story with Peter being Eddie/Venom's son on Achieve Our Own. And it's almost 9,000 hits. Wait. What was that in relation to? Okay. Story is saying, plus it's Gray's second baby. Oh yeah, Genlock. Genlock being Gray's second baby. Dude, I am so happy for Gray. Like, he's killing it right now, and I look forward to seeing how Genlock is. And I have high hopes for it. I mean, I have high hopes, but I'm trying to keep expectations lower than those hopes, just so I don't accidentally overhype myself with it. And I've been trying to do that with the Volume 6 finale as well. I think I did a little bit too good of a job when it comes to the finale, actually. The best... Stoic the Dragon Eater is saying, the best way to put it is, I've never saw Adam as a love... Oh, wait. Love-live antagonist? Okay, just antagonizing force that forces our heroes to do the... Oh, long live. Okay, that was a typo. I was like, Love Live? You saw him as a Love Live antagonist? Like an anime antagonist? Not a Ruby anime, but an idol anime? What? Okay, thanks for... Okay, you always saw Adam as a long-live antagonist, just antagonizing force that forces our heroes to do the inevitable. He pretty much did do that in the last chapter, or that has been one of the things he's been doing, is he kind of forced Blake and Yang to do what they did, because if they didn't, it would have just kept going and going, and you know, they got bigger things to focus on. They gotta save the world, and they can't do that with him constantly hunting them down and creating trouble for them. So he's just now a check off the list on things that needed to go to save the world. Hannah Reyes says, I was manipulated by someone I thought was a friend before I realized he truly was. Oh, who he truly was. And my parents and I worked it through. Yeah. Cage is saying, he ain't getting power over me. My narwhal children will murder him. Yeah, keep Adam away from my idle daughters. Seriously, my friends are trying to get me into Love Live so bad, because they have a Love Live dance group, and they're like, David, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. And if you watch my anime bonsai vlog, you'll actually see part of their Love Live dance routine. But they got a whole set of 9 girls now. Forgive me for throwing last minute art in the art channel. Oh, you got some Adam art. Dude, that looks really nice. Here, I will also try to add this to that folder so we could do that save image as Adam. Where did apparently Finder just like erased the other 2 arts. I don't know what happened. Okay. Okay, now they're there again. Okay. If Discord, or wait. Oh crap. Hold on, I'm resetting the art directory on OBS so this will work. Okay. Oh, no, not. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now, here we go. Okay, there's his Adam art. So we'll keep the Adam up while I talk about some of my stuff. Oh no, Maria, what did you say? Okay. So Stoic the Dragon Eater is saying Salem and the God Bros are endgame at this point. Everything else is just noise. Yes, I totally agree with that, and I've had this like hypothesis that they'll save Salem. It's weird because unlike Adam, we have seen some sort of humanity in Salem, in not just that she used to be human, but we've also seen that she has some sort of twisted mother humanity going on. Like, she's caring. I'm trying to be very careful with how I word this. She's caring, air quotes, caring for Cinder, but again, it's in such a twisted way, but she's still trying to raise Cinder and trying to get Cinder to like learn through like the weirdest ways. She's like, oh, Cinder's on her own now, she'll have to learn through like cold shoulder love pretty much. And I still have my theory on like she sees the maidens as her daughters, and that's why she's trying to collect all the powers of the maidens. There's some weird humanity still in there, but it's twisted through her throwing herself in the black pool. So I wonder if they would kind of use that to get her to appreciate life for what it was, you know, because that was the original lesson that the gods wanted to teach her, and that's why they cursed her with immortal life, which again, really twisted way to try to teach a lesson. So they try to do that to her, and then they'll break the curse, she'll die or whatever, and then they'll go after the 2 gods, or maybe they go after the 2 gods to break the curse, and then they go after Salem. There's a few ways they could go about that. Hey, John Ronald, how are you? Salem isn't shy about how threatening she is. Yeah, she really isn't. So, what I was gonna say with Adam, like, a lot of people kind of got fooled. The way, like, a lot of emotionally manipulative and abusive people work is they kind of make you like them at first, and then they kind of slowly cut you off one way or another from other people and make you reliant on them. And once they know they got you, then they kind of stop acting so nice towards you, and they start, you know, being more to other people it'll be more obvious, but to the victim they're still through these like love goggles, and it's I don't know. I went through this friendship thing where it was very confusing on how that friend thought of me, because like they'll say really really great things about me, and I'd I'd ask them for clarification on what that meant. I'm like, hey, is this just a friend thing, or is this like more than a friend thing? Is it a romantic thing? Because like honestly, like I I just need to know what to do, whether I should, you know, do I try to go this way or do I go that way? I was stuck at a crossroads that was creating me a lot of anxiety, and every step, every time I try to like clarify stuff, they'd like, oh, I don't know how to emotion well, or I don't know how to human, and that wouldn't really give me a yes or a no answer. And I'm like, well, can you say yes or no on like if this meant this? And they would just dodge the answer, and but they would keep buttering me up and saying all these amazing things about me, and kind of would also hint for me to do stuff for them, like buying them stuff off of Amazon. And when I do that, they'll kind of be like, you shouldn't have done that. And it's like, wait, but you asked me, you very much hinted towards me that you wanted me to get this for you, and now you're going this way. But publicly they were like, oh man, David's so nice, he got me this. But in private it was very much like a, you shouldn't have done that, I didn't want you to do this. And I was like, wait, what? I'm so confused. They kept creating so much confusion in it. And I don't know, they kept, I don't want to use the words leading me on, but they kept doing stuff that just slowly but surely kept me in this spiral of like not knowing what to do, because they were always saying one thing and then say I shouldn't have done it, and then when I don't do it, when they try to say I should have done it, then they go after me again. So it was always like I was being swatted on the back of the head, like, oh, you should buy this thing. Oh no, I won't do that because last time they said I shouldn't. And then they got upset at me, and I'm like, what's going on? So yeah, I kind of, and a year after, over a year after that friendship broke off, it was still hard for me to see that it wasn't my fault. Because the way they broke it off, they're like, oh, well, you were bad because you did this, you were bad because you did that. They basically took the whole bullet points of what made our friendship and flipped it on like a, here's why you're a bad person because of all that. And you know, that didn't do very well to my emotional health. So I could kind of see what, yeah, Craig Moran is saying, they were exploiting you. Yeah, I know they don't just exploit me, they exploit a few other people as well. But even now, that person, like how Blake was with Adam, I still want to be like, oh, they're a good person. Like, I still, you know, if there's some sort of way to like fix things, I would, but I know I shouldn't, because likely the cycle would just repeat again and it wouldn't be good for me. Blake, luckily, through the help of Yang and Team Ruby, you know, came to the conclusion Adam equals bad. Adam is very much just evil and just trying to go after her. So so yeah, it's just like it was kind of weird to see like how the community's now falling for what Blake originally fell for, and I sympathize with that for a bit, but I'm also like, no, screw Adam. It's like he got what he deserved in the long run. So, hey, Gamer Nicholas. Let's see. Oh, John Ronald got his RTX ticket. Dude, you're gonna love it. Is it your first year going to RTX? Also, you should totally go to the VYTALCast panel if we end up having it again this year. Hashtag VYTALCast panel RTX 2019, please. Okay, so Maria earlier said, comparing the animation and writing on Ruby's current volume, I wonder if there's going to be a remake / rewriting of past volumes. That'd be very controversial to do, because if you think about it, that's like George Lucas with the original trilogy of Star Wars adding in little things or changing little things, and that did not sit well with any Star Wars fans. And considering how sacred we hold the first 3 volumes of RWBY, because those were the days that Monty worked on it, that I don't think that would sit well with people. I don't think that would sit well with me even. Like, it would be cool to see like a HD remaster or where like it's done in Maya, but I don't think it'll be worth the time and resources for Rooster Teeth, and image wise, I don't think that'll give a good public image to them, especially with like there's already so much controversy with like people thinking that RWBY isn't going the way Monty wanted, which it is going the way Monty wanted, but it would just give more fuel for those people to kick and scream if they did go back and do like a more modern or more professional production of the original 3 volumes. I don't think that would sit well with people, as much as I like, but also don't like the idea of that. Straight the Dragon Eater is saying, I want Team RWBY to all receive a relic. Okay, I want to take that and expand that on who will get which relic. So RWBY right now is holding the Relic of Knowledge. I said Rubik. So RWBY is holding Knowledge. What would the other 3 hold? What would Weiss hold? What would Blake hold? What would Yang hold? I'm very curious to see what you think on that, Stoic. Craig, I'm not entirely slim. It's also kind of weird to get those kind of comments. Sure, I have options, but I'm not really dating. I'm not doing that. Okay, so Arnold, okay, it is your first time. Okay, dude, you're gonna love RTX, and it's gonna be fun. It's one of the safest and friendliest conventions I've ever gone to, and the Rooster Teeth community is my second family. I love you guys so much. Okay, hey Brandon, how are you? Yeah, and I agree, John, that like the initial volumes were Monty's legacy. It would not sit well with people. It would not sit well with people to see those redone with a professional team. Okay. Go check out the Japanese dub of RWBY. You know, I actually did do that when they were first doing Volume 1. I checked it out a little bit, but because I didn't have a Crunchyroll Premium, now I have Verve, so now that doesn't matter. I stopped, but I'll probably go back into it. Actually, wait, hold on. Does this have any of the dub on there? Does it say? It doesn't. Man, because I wonder if it'll do it. I mean, if I'm pretty sure some of the newer Blu-ray releases of the original 3 volumes do have the Japanese dub to it. That'll be interesting to watch. I wouldn't react to it though, because I already know the plot and the story of what happens. It's really just oh, so that's how they voice that line. There wouldn't be a whole lot to react or talk about this show. Okay, and also, you're a Luke Skywalker. I appreciate that. I actually do want to do a Luke Skywalker cosplay one day. Okay, so Inspector Who is saying Adam isn't Darth Vader, he is Kylo Ren. He has always been this way. Ben and Kylo are the same, while Vader and Anakin are not. I could see where your comparison is going, but with the way The Last Jedi went, and even part of The Force Awakens, they might try to go the redemption route with Kylo Ren, and I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, there are new RWBY reactors like Romeo Snow and Miss Cat Squat that still like the early volumes. They still hold up. Nowhere near volume 6, but still enjoyed by noobs. Yeah, so that's, I guess, the one pro making the original 3 volumes in Maya with the current team would have, because like my friend Mina with a gun, if you guys still remember her, so her not her girlfriend. There's her, this girl that I've been crushing on, and a few other people who been really trying to get into RWBY, but because they're all like art majors or animation majors, they cannot stand how Volume 1 looks. They're like, oh my gosh, it's terrible. And then when I had to explain to them, well, okay, Monty did like 90% of the work back then. Like, it was done on a laptop a lot of the time, and like the team was super small. Like, you gotta ease up on it. Like, they didn't have much budget, and so like Mina, how she got through it was she would have it on the background and just listen to it, which is funny because people also complain about the voice acting of Volume 1 sometimes, but she said it's a lot more bearable when it's audio only, and it wasn't until like Volume 4 or maybe Volume 3 that she was like, okay, the animation is good enough for me to like stare at. So but it is nice to see that there are people enjoying the old look, because I love the old look. Personally, I would have not minded at all if we kept it how it looked in Volume 3 and just kept going, because I felt like Volume 3 was a professional look, and it was really just like, hey, if you could like handle camera angles really well, because in Volume 4 they did it very well in making it more cinematic looking, and it's like if you could handle the camera angles more like how you did in Volume 4 through 6 and did it in Poser with the visuals of Volume 3, I don't think a whole lot of people would have complained about that. I love the old look. One Punch Dan just came in from Arnold's stream. What I'd miss? A lot of talk about Adam. We haven't talked about anything else about chapter 12 except for Adam. Adam's been like the one topic of the current episode that we've had. Brandon Dodge says he likes Ruby's Japanese voice. I think they have a lot of like professional voice actors from Japan doing the Japanese dub, so I bet I will probably like most of that dub. Okay, I'm trying to catch up on the chat. Okay, One Punch Dan is saying, I love the old look too as much as Maya is beautiful. I thought Volume 3 and Poser was top notch. I agree. And so when they made the announcement of switching to Maya and like the new look of how RWBY currently is, I was like, but why? I almost didn't see a reason for them to have done it, but I love how RWBY looks now in Volume 6. In Volume 4, it was very weird because it was 3D animated but looked 2D. Like, do you guys know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell it was animated in 3D, but it didn't look 3D. Volume 5, they fixed that. It was like, okay, yeah, I could tell this is 3D animated, and it's trying to look 3D. It doesn't look 2D. Brandon Dodge said, I think their rigging broke. Oh, okay. Yeah, if the rigging broke in Poser, then I totally understand why they would do it, because they'd have to start from scratch anyways, and they're like, might as well reanimate it from... Yeah, so they had to reanimate assets from scratch. That makes a lot more sense. Because if you have to start from scratch, you might as well do it in a more professional program anyways. Blake's expressive kitty ears are the best thing about the new look. That's true. That would not have been possible in Poser. And that's one of my favorite things about Blake in the past few volumes. And my friend Ashu Kosu, who was also a guest on VYTALCast at some point, she said, David, Blake is a cat girl and you like her cat ears, therefore you're a furry. And I've been in denial about it. I've been like, no, she's enough human looking that, yeah, it's just like, you can't just slap a bow on her head and pretend she's human, David. I'm like, you can't twist this on me. don't do that to me, please. Strike the Dragon Eater is saying the Japanese dub does change some things, and the animation in some parts are different to the original airing. Yeah, I could see why it would be different from the original airing, because they do clean up the animation for the DVD and Blu-ray release. I wonder, is it closer to the Blu-ray that they do? Okay, Spectre Who says, I do also kind of miss the older 2D look in early Ruby. I don't know. To me, it never really looked 2D. I always felt like it looked 3D, except for like in chapter, I think it's chapter 2, maybe chapter 3 of volume 1, where you have like the little chibi Ruby like freaking out when they walk into Beacon, and she's like, oh my gosh, look over there, oh my gosh, look over there, and she was just literally a 2D sprite like flipping back and forth looking at the students. The students who were just shadow silhouettes. Okay. But yeah, I do miss the older look and the charm. I don't know, the lower budget volumes of Ruby had a lot of charm. It felt, because it looked homemade, it was easier to feel the love in it. And I guess, and there's still like a lot of love that goes into the current Ruby volumes. I guess with a professional look and the show being a lot more professional, you have a lot of that like homegrown feeling is gone, and therefore it's harder to feel the love or see the love. I don't know how to express it, because I know Kruby loves the show. I know they love what they're doing. It's hard to say. It very much felt like a passion project at the beginning, because it was just a few people and one guy's passion carrying the team, and now they got a huge team and they don't so much need like as much passion. I don't know. I don't word too good right now, guys. Maria is saying Ruby's old look had its charm. That makes me think how Pyrrha, Roman, and Penny would look in Volume 6's visuals. You know, we almost had a chance to see what Pyrrha would have looked like in Maya back in Volume 4, but they still used Poser for the scroll, and it was like we were so close. So close to seeing what Pyrrha would have looked like. And the statue is like the next best thing on seeing Pyrrha, and I was rewatching chapter 9, and they did such a good job. They did such a good job with that statue. Enzo, hello everyone. Greetings from Uruguay. Dude, that's awesome. Hello. Oh man, it's crazy to think of, like, I know I can look at my analytics at any time, but it's still amazing to see like what parts of the world people come to watch my videos. Okay. Brandon Dodge says Volume 6 is honestly the best Ruby has looked since Volume 3, and I loved how it looks a lot. You know, I would say Volume 6 looks the best Ruby has looked since Volume 5, because I personally loved Volume 5's looks a lot, especially with the Yang trailer. But I do agree, they did step it up a little bit again with Volume 6. It seems like they added a lot more darker shades to the animation. I don't know, there seems to be a better contrast between characters and background, and it just looks really nice. Okay, so Brandon Dodge is saying, I feel like it's still homegrown. I don't think it's lost any of its passion or love. Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to say, is like, I don't think it's lost it. It's just, it's harder to, it's really hard to like get it coming, or it feels more like a Hollywood movie, which most Hollywood movies, you know, you can feel the you know, like, because of how great they look, you know, a lot of love and passion went into it. I guess I'm trying to say it's hard to feel just one individual's love or passion, I guess. Because it looks so professional, it's a lot of love and passion from many people, and therefore it looks really great and really polished. So I guess what I'm trying to say, it's hard to feel an individual's passion. That might be better. Let's see. Inspector Who said, it also feels like it lacks some of the RT references and jokes. Everything is so serious now. Yeah, I miss the Rooster Teeth Easter eggs. Like in Volume 2, you had them everywhere. Like the gauntlet, you had the achievement, what was the Achievement Hunter poster said? They changed the name. It was like Achievement Bros, or like, uh, I forget the name they used for the poster, but I miss the little things like that. Um, Maybe, hopefully, they could try to sneak that in somehow. I don't know. Stoic is saying Monty had a fighting style that no one can replicate. You know, I feel like they are starting to replicate it pretty well with some of the fight scenes in the last couple episodes, especially with Blake and Yang fighting against Adam, and also like the Weiss trailer for Volume 5 and the Yang trailer for Volume 5. There was the Cinder versus Raven fight. I feel like there's plenty of fights where they've been catching on to his style very well and been doing a good job. So I don't have any bones to pick with the fighting anymore. It's just more of a, can we be consistently that? And I think with the mech fight with Carolina Cordovan, that's been like one spot where I feel like the fighting is not adding up in the consistency, because I thought going into that fight it was going to be like the new Emerald Forest fight. I was very excited. I was like, oh man, they've been doing so well with the fighting animation and the writing and everything. Like, I think this is going to be a really great fight. And I just very quickly, like, lost that. Like, I sloped down. And mainly because I don't like Cordovan. She's just been annoying to me from the beginning. But also, like, there was the part where Weiss and Ruby, they're jumping on the ice blocks to kind of, like, get underneath the robot and to flank it. And for a good while, they are just sitting there on an ice block, staring up at the mech. And I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, because I guess the show was more focused on Maria and Oscar and Weiss inside of the Pelican. Or is that what they call the airships? I think some Halo Red versus Blue ship names slipped in my head right there. But, you know, they were focused on that, like flying around the mech, and then they were focusing on Team Juniper trying to distract it on the cliff. And I feel like they're like, oh yeah, Ruby, did I say Weiss was on the Pelican? She was down on the ice block. I'm sorry, my brain is like misplaced and stuff. But yeah, I felt like Cordovan. I'm sorry, guys. I don't pronounce names too well. But yeah, it's just how she's been acting. She's been acting like a child. She's acting her height. And, you know, she's the whole reason why all the Grimm are coming to the city now. Because she made the whole city panic, being like, whoa, why is the giant mech being broken out? What's going on? Why are all the alarms going off? So she created citywide panic, which attracted Grimm. And now that Team Ruby and Juniper have broken the mech, their main line of defense against those Grimm is not able to do that. And it's just like, you dense woman, what are you doing? She's so full of pride that she didn't realize that it's her pride that's creating her downfall. Yes, Brandon, I agree. To be fair, Maria has her childish side too. And I have a slight bone to pick with that as well. Maria, all throughout the volume, has been a super serious character. And then right when Caroline showed up, Maria starts acting her height as well. It starts being a child. And I feel like the Maria right now versus the Maria that was in the first, like, 4 or 5 chapters are completely different people. And I'm like, what's going on with this character? Especially when they're in a serious fight and they're trying to get away from this mech and shut it down so they could fly away. Maria is, like, acting all giddy. And as much as I love, like, this is the sound of me not caring and stuff, I'm like, why is she not acting serious like she has in similar situations earlier this volume? You know, I think it's just a consistency issue I've had with those scenes. And maybe if they had one chapter focus more on the mech fight and then the next chapter focus on everything that happened with Adam, then maybe we wouldn't have that issue. They would have more polished that conflict and then more polished the Adam conflict. But yeah. She's having a senior moment. Yeah, I could understand that. It, like, when you start getting older mentally, you start getting younger. I could understand that. Stoic is saying, I never had a problem with the fight scenes after Monty passed. No one animates the same. Yeah, I agree with that. It's just like, I don't know, the fighting is like the things that like brought people into Ruby at the very beginning. The fighting and like loving the characters. And I feel like with Volume 4, quite a bit of that went away, especially in the Chapter 1 fight against the Rock. What was it called? The Goliath Grim. But now they fixed that. They've been listening to fan feedback, and I think it was something they were always trying to do. It was just a matter of getting the animators to figure out what makes the fight scenes good and more like how Monty did them. Like, what makes a Ruby fight scene a Ruby fight scene instead of just doing fight scenes in Ruby. Does that make sense? Geist Grim. Yeah, I think there were two Grims. There was a Goliath Grim and a Geist Grim in the first chapter. They were fighting against two. Because people were saying there was a Goliath and there is the Geist. Because the Geist did take over, like, the log for the Goliath Grim to use. I think that is very confusing on what Grim they were using. Brian Dodge says, I feel like not every fight scene has to be exactly like Monty. What we've been shown here looks really good. Yeah, exactly. Like, as long as the fight scenes look good and they still feel like a Ruby fight scene, not necessarily a Monty fight scene, I think we're gonna be satisfied. And I've been loving the fights this past volume. And, like, you know, they're taking advantage of the environment, they're taking advantage of the creative weapons, they've been having really good choreography and camera movement. Like, they've been nailing it out of the park this volume. Well, with the exception of the mech fight. The mech fight, I feel like they're having some really, like, great hits, but then they've been also having some misses in that fight. Let's see. It's everyone. Team Ruby and Cordovan are all at fault. I mean, Team Ruby was kind of forced to steal the Pelican, and, you know, she didn't have to make a giant mech go chasing after them. They could have just sent other airships to go chasing after them. You know, like, there were ways, and also not raising the city alarms. Like, I feel like there are ways to, like, not bring citywide panic while still trying to retrieve the stolen airship. You know, like, that's where I feel like a lot of it was going down. Yeah, and mech fights are always hard to do. So, and again, I felt like I set too high of expectations going into it, because I was like, oh, please be the new Emerald Forest fight, which, you know, for a lot of people, that was like the fight in the first 3 volumes, or the first 2 volumes. We all really loved that fight. So for me to be like, hey, please be like one of the best things to ever happen in this show, I feel like that was a really high bar to set. So Cordo Flex sending tanks to catch robbers. Oh man, what show was that in? Cordo Flex trying to. Oh. Okay. Oh, you mean the Ruby character short? Are you talking about the Ruby character short for Volume 4? Because I haven't actually mentioned that yet. I actually liked the fighting in that one, so I don't know. I'm talking about Chapter 1 of Volume 4, where they're fighting the Geist. And the Geist and, like, the giant rock Grim. Because I believe those two were called different things. One was a Goliath, and one was the Geist. Because, what was the Harambe Grim called? Everyone called it the Harambe Grim. Harambe Grim name. Okay, nope. That was the wrong one. Let's see. In the wiki, let's see if I can find the right one. Yeah, no, let's see. There was the Geist and the Goliath. Let's see. Oh crap, the Goliath is the elephant one. Oh no. What have I done? Oh no. Yeah, you guys are right. You're right. It was just one Grim they were fighting that chapter. No. Dang it. Yeah, because... crap. I guess there was like a certain name they gave to it when it was in the rock, but yeah, you guys are right. My bad. I'm sorry for creating confusion on that. Yeah, the Beringol Grim. No, I wasn't talking about the Beringol Grim. Yeah, no, John Ronald, you're right. The guys did just possess the rocks. Um, yeah, that was my bad. Okay, so One Punch Dan is saying, yeah, Cordovin shouldn't have done that, but Team Ruby could have found another way to Atlas without directly stealing an Argus, um, Altesian, without stealing an Argus airship. Yeah, I mean, I wonder that, but it might have been like the only source of transportation they could have taken, and considering they're trying to get into Atlas, and Atlas is having a strict border security right now, they were probably only letting in certain type of airships, and they knew the Argus ships had Atlas like approval, so they knew they had to be in an Atlas military ship to get in. Otherwise, if they're like in a normal ship, they would have been like just shot down or turned away. Stop being human, David, making mistakes. I'm sorry. I've been trying to become a cyborg where I could always be perfect in my memory and speech. Yeah, the only other route to Atlas would be by sea, smuggler ship. Yeah, I just wonder if by ship it would have taken too long, and now that we saw the Leviathan Grim come out, if it would have been too dangerous in those parts of the ocean. And also, again, with strict border security, I wonder if they would have been easily spotted in a ship that's traveling slower and then just turned around or shot. So they needed a Han Solo. Yeah, they had Chewbacca helping them, but they just wanted to goof around and gloat about the nuts they were bringing onto the ship. Let's see. I mean, their plan would have worked if it wasn't for Adam. Yeah, Adam did get in the way. Yeah, now that I think about it, if it wasn't for Adam, they probably would have stayed off the radar. Actually, yeah, they would have stayed off the radar, and then the mech would have never been sent out. So, yeah, it was Adam, but she had the big reaction. So yes, Adam was at fault for them not getting away, but she was at fault for bringing the Grim. That's my final answer. Ding. Speedboats would look cool in Ruby, though. They would. They would be like the Bat boat or the Bat. Did Batman ever have a speedboat? I remember him having some sort of speedboat, or maybe like a James Bond speedboat where there's like guns coming out and they have all this cool stuff. One Punch Dan saying, I still don't see why Crow couldn't have flown to Atlas himself, though I do realize it would have been quite a challenge for him to get there in one flight. That was one question for me, but also, like, they would have needed to take in the relic with them, which I know the relic can get smaller, but I don't know if it will get smaller than what it already is. Otherwise, Ruby would have just stuck it in a pouch by now. And, you know, they kind of needed, like, the whole group to get there, and Crow definitely can't carry the whole group. But also, he's just kind of, like, not in the mental mood right now to be doing anything. Yeah, I know I had a Bat boat toy as a kid. I mean, close enough. And the Bat submarine, maybe is that. Yeah, it's just really just like the distance plus carrying weight that I think was the big factor. And also, as a Crow, he is a little defenseless if, like, any sort of Nightwing Grim came after him. The White Fang member in the mech is totally dead. What? Oh, wait. Wait, what? Zwei has a kill count? Yeah, from Volume 2 in the train fight when they... when he was hit at the mech. Oh, man. Okay, let's see. Hey, Emma, how are you? Um, oh, Batman had a submarine in the early 40s. Okay. John Ronald is saying Crow's bird form seems to work like a bag of holding, carrying the rest of his clothes, weapons. Does he hold a bag? Because I thought the magic just kind of turned his clothes into a raven with him. I mean, a crow with him, not a raven. Forget my word flubs. So the Ruby girls have killed before. They've killed Grimm, but have they killed humans? Inspector Who? What? Why are you bringing this emotional and moral dilemma upon our girls? What are you trying to say? Yeah, truly drunk and depressed flying is just as bad as drunk driving. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Okay, hold on. I gotta look this up. I'm gonna Google Team Ruby kill count. Oh, there are videos. Wait, that video's in 2016, 2017, 2017. Okay, so it seems like there's a YouTube channel called Gozhog, and they've been making videos where they keep count of the the kill count in Ruby. Let's see. No Reddit, I do not want anything. Okay. Enemies defeated. Okay, hold on. There's a few rules. They said, 1, if a creature of Grimm or enemy was actually killed. Okay, what was counted as a kill? If a creature of Grimm or an enemy was actually killed, if an enemy was knocked out or incapacitated to the point of not being able to fight, that shouldn't count as a kill. I want to know lethal kills. Yeah, that's not a good Reddit post to see. The official, unofficial, alive/dead unknown list, roosterteeth.com. Hey, that was published on my birthday a year ago. Huh. Let's see. Killer arrest. Let's see. And then there's like a Russian website with a kill count. I don't know. Heroes kill guys. It's usually the last option. Yeah. I'm sure those White Fang members are dead. Maybe. I would hope that the White Fang members' aura probably saved them and they just got knocked out. Does Roman Torchwick count as a kill? That was kind of an own goal by the baddies, really. Yeah, Roman I would have counted as a death due to their own actions or coincidental death thing. I wouldn't say he was necessarily killed by a character. But my aura. Yeah. Okay, point is, I'm not shocked that Yang and Blake killed Adam. Okay, yeah. I'm not surprised either, or shocked. Like, with how Adam was and how persistent he was in always getting in their way or, like, chasing after them, he kind of gave them little to no choice but to kill him, because that's the only way that's going to end the cycle. Sure, he was defeated and lost, like, his forces of the White Fang in Volume 5, but he still came back. He came back as a lone soldier to just try to mess with Blake and Team Ruby. So, you know, if him losing the White Fang didn't stop him, then really nothing would have. If he ever got arrested and thrown in a prison, I wouldn't be surprised if he got out and still chased after them. Like, really, it was death was the only way to stop him. It totally was, but I feel bad for Blake because she had to kill him. Yeah, no, it was it was definitely not an easy choice to make for Blake, because again, she had known him and at some point did care for him and at some point did think he cared for her, but eventually had to accept the lie that he doesn't actually care for her and he was never a good person. He just pretended to be a good person and it was an act so he could get power in the White Fang. So Blake is the Ruby version of Oif Felix. Are you talking about from Red versus Blue? Yeah, I would say Locus. She would be more representative of Locus. They gave him a choice. but took the bull by the horns. I mean, they did keep telling him to leave them alone, and it's over, Adam. I'm gonna knock you out in one hit in front of everyone for you to be embarrassed. But he kept coming back. They gave him a choice, and he just didn't make the right choice for him. Okay. I'm also glad that they showed Blake was affected by it. If Blake had killed him and just was like, all right, let's carry on like any normal day, there would have been something wrong. Like, everyone would have been upset at that. I know I always joked, oh, they're gonna kill Adam and then make out in the bushes, but but we know it's too emotionally tolling for that to have actually happened. Yeah, Adam is more like Felix. Yeah, he is, because they're both ego driven. They both put on a face to some extent, and they both die. Stoke the Dragon Eater. Adam got ran over by Bumblebee, then had to battle two bad bitches. That aura is gone. Yeah, the aura was gone. He got stabbed twice, and also he got hit around quite a bit in that fight too. So, yeah, it's no surprise he ran out of aura, got stabbed. Also, there's gonna be a weird comment I make after the chapter 12 reaction, where I say, I liked how they showed blood in Ruby. That might sound like a weird comment to make, but I'm just saying, if I seemed weird during that part, yeah, I liked how they showed blood, because it's like, it was a mature and dark moment, and showing blood was appropriate for the moment. And they weren't like having like blood gush out everywhere. It was just blood on the blade, which I was like, hey, that's a nice minimal amount of blood to show, but still like give like a darker, deeper meaning. Like, ugh. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But also, I've been watching a lot of Elfen Lied and like other anime that are not shy to show their gore. Oh, Castlevania being one of them. So, yeah. Blood and corpses new for Ruby 6. I mean, we had blood before. We had blood before. It was just they weren't going crazy with it. Straight to Dragon Eater. Protect first, make love later. One Punch Dan saying, if the Manticore Sphinx Grim were drawn to Argus Limited from the relic, then technically Team Ruby would be unintentionally responsible for the death of D, the dumb huntsman. Okay, so with D, I would say it was more of an occupational hazard, because they would have expected Grim at some point to attack the ship. Yes, the relic did coincidentally attract more, but I don't think that necessarily befalls on them. They do share a bit of the fault, but I don't think you could just point at them and say they're the ones that caused this. Because he did get an occupation where his life is put on the line on a daily basis, so I wouldn't say that was necessarily their fault. Yeah. Don't worry, Stoic, I gotcha. Sometimes when I notice people's typos, I'm able to like go, oh, I know what they meant. And there are some times where even if they don't have a typo, my brain will make me think they had a typo. It's part of like the background anxiety I go through. It was a realistic amount of blood. I would agree. It was a realistic amount of blood, but I still liked seeing it. Like, I don't know. It made sense. Like, if the blade went through him and there was no blood at all, I think I would have been bothered. I'm like, you just PG'd this, which... I mean, Ruby is kind of a PG show, but it's kind of like, come on, guys. Don't for kids this. John Ryan saying he foolishly charged in alone. Oh, are you talking about D when he said he charged in alone? Because I would agree with that. Okay. Maybe if he didn't suck so bad, he'd be alive. yeah. Okay, yeah, he was just spitballing. Yeah, it's good to spitball. But also, like, he was such a side character. I don't think we should dwell on him, especially when they try to hit on teenagers. Inspector Who Reacts says, I was expecting a Shark Grim, Kraken Grim, but Kaiju Grim is a nice surprise. Yeah, I think it's officially called the Leviathan Grim. If I could Google it again. Leviathan Grim. Yeah, Grant Sages. Yeah, some people... Wait a second. Did he just upload a 30-second clip of pure footage? I'm not watching it because I don't want to, like, accidentally trigger a copyright claim from Rooster Teeth, but let's see. Leviathan, Ruby Wiki. Is there a picture? Is the picture gonna load? The advertisements have loaded, but the picture of the Grim is nowhere to be seen. Oh no, that's an advertisement that hasn't loaded. Okay. They don't have any pictures for that, but I think it is called a Leviathan Grim. People have named their Twitter accounts after the Leviathan Grim. Okay. Okay, the wiki. What? Oh, okay. I got confused. I saw the Riddler. Okay, here, I'm gonna show the Google Chrome capture. Let's see. Properties, capture, Chrome. There we go. Crap. Come on, Chrome. Here we go. So Chrome, if I could bring that back to the top. So the Riddler on there surprised me because I was like, wait, did someone make an OC and then made a wiki after him? So yeah, it's called Leviathan Grim. Apparently, they still need to say it has no alias to anyone, although technically I guess you could kind of say Salem, kinda. Origin, Ruby. Occupation, creature of Grim. Occupation, okay. Power/skills, swimming, claws, strength. For all we know, it's gonna shoot a laser out of its head. Hobby, attacking humans. Goals, destroy mankind and all its creations. Crimes, murder, destruction, attempted genocide. Type of villain, monster. Oh my gosh. I'm getting a kick out of reading that. Appearance, the Leviathan has a large bipedal... Oh man, they're going for the Latin descriptions. Almost reptilian body with white plating and spikes running along its forefront. Okay, I thought it was saying its appearance, like which episode it showed up. The Leviathan rises up. The Leviathan makes its way to Argus. The Leviathan rises up, everyone. Oh man, that's a little funny. Let's see. Lenny Bubbles. Is that what we're gonna call this one? Lenny Bubbles? Oh, oops. I didn't realize that was covering me, but... yeah, I just found that really funny. There's someone that called the Kaiju Grim Lenny. Isn't the Leviathan also from Disney Atlantis? Actually, Leviathans are a biblical monster, but they've been brought back in other stories. So, and they're supposed to be like some sort of snake, lizard, sea monster thing. So, yeah. Would have loved it to have been a Kraken Grim. You know, I mean, there's still plenty of chances for a Kraken Grim to show up, and in the list of Grim that I read earlier, there was a Kraken Grim with, like, art shown, so maybe they have one in concept, but just haven't had it show up yet. I turned a giant wyvern into stone, Ruby to Maria. I mean, she's probably going to have a chance to do that to the Leviathan. Like, that's one prediction I have for the next episode, is Ruby's going to use her Silver Eyes to take out the Leviathan and a lot of the Manicore Grim, enough for, like, the city to manage and take care of the rest. And she's going to be seen as a hero, but it's probably going to put more eyes on, like, the outlaws of the world, kind of like how Talk was hired by Salem, or maybe someone else, but I'm pretty sure it was Salem who hired her. I'm pretty sure all of those people will probably start focusing on Ruby, and so they'll not only have Grimm, but they'll also have other humans. Or it might just make it easier for Salem and the rest of them to track them, because now there's the public eye on Ruby. That's just a guess I have. No, Gregory the Leviathan Grimm. Gregory. Okay. One Punch Dan. Interests. Likes to swim, but enjoys a nice stroll on human beaches on occasion. Maria says, watch Hammer Time. Her Ruby cracks are funny. Dude, Hammer Time is actually someone I would love to have on VYTALCast. And if you guys can do me a favor and tweet at her, comment on her videos, say, hey, there's a podcast called VYTALCast with Portal64. We all love your videos, and he loves your videos. You should be on VYTALCast at some point, because if you do that and she and I are able to get in contact to do VYTALCast together, I would love to do that and pick her brain on how do you meme? How do you meme? like how do you think of which memes to do for your videos, and like how do you come up with your jokes for the videos? Because I love the crazy that they do. Is Adam officially dead? I would be surprised if he wasn't, really. He got stabbed, and I'm pretty sure he broke his neck on his way off that cliff. Also, hey, Nikolai. By the way, I forgot. I didn't see you say hey. I mean, I did see you say hey, but I didn't, like, vocally say hey. Like, hey. Do you think Cinder will appear? And that is one of the pieces from earlier this volume that they set up that I'm not sure if they will follow through on that or not on, because it would make sense for her to show up, but I'm just trying to think, like, in what capacity would she and Neo show up? And also, they're still over at Haven Academy. Now that I think about it, they have not left that town. Yeah, I don't know how they would come back. There might be an after credits thing. They might be doing a slow burn build up for Cinder. But they haven't really done a whole lot with it yet. I really don't know. I really don't know if Cinder's gonna show up. It would make sense if she did, but on the other hand, I don't know. Adam died like the meta. Yeah, actually, yeah. He got thrown off a cliff into some water. Yeah. Because I had to remember, how did the meta die? I'm like, oh yeah, they tied the warthog to him, and, well, they hooked him to it, and then he flew off the cliff. We even had our yellow person, Yang, and Griff fly off the cliff at some point. Wait, no. Oh, wait, no. It was Blake that fell off the cliff at some point. Never mind. I'm mixing up my characters today, people. Hammer Time would be a great meme tour. Yeah, she would be a great meme tour. A meme mentor. Okay, Stoic is saying, I kind of want it. Ruby's the only member of the team to live badass that doesn't have a sick, nasty scar or an awesome robo arm. Wait, oh, Inspector Who, was that in reply to Inspector Who saying, I bet Ruby will deal a big blow to Leviathan Grimm, and Winter Natless checkup shows up, takes out the rest, saving the day. Yeah, that's one way I could see Winter showing up, and honestly, tomorrow's episode is the last chance to show Winter if they're going to have her in this volume. Let's see. Hello, it's the finale already? Well, tomorrow is the finale of Ruby. The volumes are really short. Although this is the longest volume we've had of Ruby, so I'm not complaining. Wonder if Salem could Grimmify Adam's corpse. That would be creepy AF. Dude, we just got rid of Adam. We don't need him back, but I agree. That concept is super creepy, and maybe they could use the Geist Grimm to possess him. Maybe they could grab his corpse, throw him in the black pool, and something would happen. I also don't know if Salem would care enough about Adam to do anything. because honestly, she's giving Cinder the cold shoulder, and Cinder's the fall maiden. Like, you know, if she's being that hard on Cinder for failing and messing up, I imagine she's very much harder on Adam, who she doesn't really know at all or given too much responsibility to. The meta also got penetrated twice. Oh yeah, I guess he got stabbed. He got stabbed by Griff. No, Tucker. Tucker stabbed him. Why did I think? Okay. That would be cool if Winter was in Volume 6. Yeah, it would be cool. I mean, it would be cool in the sense of we'll see more of her in Volume 7. We would not see a whole lot of her in this season at all. Okay. Imagine if Cinder stumbles across Meta's corpse and grimmifies it. That would be terrifying. Why'd you put that in my head? That would be too terrifying. Nikolai saying, greeting, Team Ruby, like, pretending to have been a good guy. Wait. Ooh, wait. Oh, the after credits could be Dr. Watts greeting Team Ruby, acting like he's a good guy. Maybe, but I'm pretty sure if anything, that might be one of the things to get Ozpin to pop out and be like, yo, that's a bad guy. Okay, back to hiding in Oscar's head. Although, would Ozpin know about... I don't think Ozpin would know about Watts, so maybe that's... Maybe it is possible for Watts to trick Team Ruby. Okay, so Stroik is saying... That was to Emma... Oh, okay. Sorry. Sorry for misreading people's comments. Okay, Rawl saying, I fear Tyrion is killing Crow in his rematch because of the whole Vic situation. Well, here's the thing. The Vic situation has been going on for years. The first time I heard about it was actually because of Vic being announced as Crow in Volume 3. Or before Volume 3 even started coming out. So if it was because of the Vic situation, I'm pretty sure they would have just not hired him in the first place. Also, this would have been put in the works if they were to fight. Oh well, if you're talking about for Volume 7, I guess that would be a better assumption. But if it was in tomorrow's episode, I'd be like, oh, that was said and done like months ago, before like the big uproar came back. Let's see. I'm in the minority, but I preferred Volume 4 and 5 personally. I still liked 6. Volume 4 was really good for like a lot of the focusing on characters as individuals, but I'm loving Volume 6 on like bringing the team back together and having it focus on a group while still having us see them as individuals or seeing like the results of their growth as individuals throughout Volume 4. So it's nice. Yeah, Vic has been in hot water for years. I agree with that. And it's weird to say that guests on VYTALCast that we've had in the past have been kissed by him without giving permission to him. And they were minors at the time. And so it's weird. Like, a lot of people got angry at me on my Twitter storm last Thursday, where they're like, oh, how could you be saying all this stuff about Vic and all that? And I'm like, honestly, like, I was never super happy with him being casted as Crow. Like, I love Crow as a character, but Crow is not him. And also, they could just recast him. Like, Crow doesn't have a unique enough voice for them to have too much trouble finding a replacement. But also, just like, a lot of people got angry at me saying, like, my opinion is based off of just people saying hearsay, but it's like, I personally know people who have had similar experiences, and not to the same scale as some of the stories, but I do personally know people who have gone through these experiences with Vic, and I've had some people that didn't have, that I do know that have met Vic and had nothing ever happen. And one of them be like, yeah, nothing happened, but I did get a weird vibe from him. But that could also just be because he's super nice towards fans, which, of course, if you have an audience, you want to be super nice towards fans. But I guess there's like a way to be super nice that like to some people may put them off. Like I'm that way sometimes. If people are super nice to me, sometimes I'm put off by that. But you know, I know people on like who've had good experiences, and I know people who have bad experiences, and just because some people have good experiences doesn't mean people don't have bad experiences, and just because people have bad experiences doesn't mean there's people that didn't have good experiences. So it's just like it's something that definitely needs to be handled in this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Brandon. And it's Leanne. Hey, Leanne. You might get Jump Force. I would love to get Jump Force, but I don't have money to spend on it. There's a lot of games that I would like to get right now, but I don't have money for. Resident Evil 2 came out, or is about to come out, and I really want to play that, but I don't have money for it. So, yeah, and thank you, Thunderstorm. Oh, Christopher Sabat. I mean, he played. What's his name? He played. I know he played All Might, but I'm trying to think. Played. How do you pronounce the character's name in Ruby Volume 5? He played. Wait. Hold on. I'm thinking of a different guy. I am thinking of a different voice actor. You're saying he's already playing Watts. I mean, also, it's not uncommon for voice actors to play more than one character in the same show. That happened. That used to happen a lot in the older days of dubbed anime. So, Devil May Cry 5 or Jump Force? I feel like Devil May Cry 5 might be a safer bet, but I love Shonen Jump, so I'd say Jump Force. Yeah. Nikolai says, I think most people would agree that Volume 5 was a necessary mess. Volume 6 is totally amazing. Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, technically saying and every volume is necessary. But I know what you mean by that. Steve Blum. Steve Blum would be pretty good. I remember hearing his voice and liking it, but I can't remember exactly which characters he played. And David Wald as Crow. Okay, I'm gonna just look up Stephen Blum and David Wald. Just so I can know who they played. He was in Starship Troopers, Halo Legends. Hold on. Okay. Okay. I know some of the people he played. Okay. Yeah, I could see him being a decent replacement. Let's see, Stephen Wald. Oh wait, is it PH, not V? Hold on. Why am I only getting real estate agents no matter which way I spelled his name? Or is it Stevan? No, hold on. Let me check the chat. Steve. Oh, it's not Steven, it's just Steve. Oops. Let's see. I'm not getting voice actors in these search results. Guys, no, I'm saying Steve Wald. It's Steve Blum. Guys, I don't know what's wrong with my head right now. Blum. There we go. Now we got a voice actor. Oh, wait. Does he play, he's in Cowboy Bebop. Is he, who does he play in Cowboy Bebop? He plays, I'm trying to remember the guy's name. I don't think... Wait, no, he plays Spike, doesn't he? Yeah, he plays... Does he? Hold on, where's the cast for this? Cast. Hold on. I didn't mean to click on the thing. Let's see. He played... Where's Cowboy Bebop? 1998. Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, he played Spike. Yeah, Steve Blum. He's voiced like over 200 roles. I remember who he is. Yeah, he could easily do Crow. Okay, let's see. Steve voiced Wolverine and X-Men. I haven't seen that. Spike. Yeah, I know Spike. Wait, he also did Orochimaru? No way. Those voices are two completely different voices. And it's free. It's free real estate. And Tom from Toonami. Yes, I remember that. Wait. No, Vic, as far as we know, is still doing it. He's still doing the thing. You need sleep, David. I do need sleep. Or more like I just need water. No, he is still doing it. Thunderstorm, you're misunderstanding. People are just saying if they were to recast Crow, who they would use. I'm honestly so sold on Matt Mercer. Ooh. Yeah, have McCree voice Crow. That would be cool. Yeah, no, as far as I know, no one stepped down from voicing anyone. Or Crispin Freeman, because the bump in front of my panties would have been from space. Wow, Stoic. Way to just... way to just state your enthusiasm that way. Leanne saying, haha, I can't. Critical Role has taken over my soul. Yeah. Oh, dude, you met Steve Blum? I would totally love to meet him, because I remember him a lot from Toonami, whenever I snuck over to my grandma's to watch that, but... You're just stating the facts of your enthusiasm, okay. Okay, Nikolai is saying, Matt wasn't he the voice of Roy Mustang? He might have been. Crispin Freeman was Alucard. Oh, dude. Okay, so funny thing about Crispin Freeman. I had a funny Twitter interaction with him a while ago. Here, I'm gonna pull up Twitter on, and I'll do the advanced search so you guys can know, so you could see the tweets. But oh man, it's crazy. Let's see. Okay, thank goodness that worked. Let's see. How do you do advanced search? Or can I search my own profile for tweets? Let's see. Okay, hold on. I need to find how to do the advanced search. Okay, advanced search. Card from... Okay, let's see if I could do that. Where's the search? Search. Okay, so I'm gonna put it up on the Chrome. So I had this tweet where I said, today's practically over, so I'm gonna channel my inner Lucard and cry myself to sleep right now. That was on December 23rd. That was the day my father figure died. So I was having a rough day. And so I make this tweet. And where is it? Oh, James Callis liked it. The guy who voiced Alucard. Wait, hold on. Who said someone else voiced Alucard? He said Crispin Freeman. No, it's not Crispin Freeman, because I looked this up. Yeah, the guy who voices Alucard in the Netflix series, James Callis. This guy liked my tweet. So then I make a tweet about me saying, oh, I'm mourning the death of my second father. This makes me relate to Alucard in the finale. Let's make a tweet about it. James likes it. So I make that tweet, And he didn't like that tweet, but I made a tweet underneath it to which he liked it. Yeah, he liked that tweet. So I'm like, dude, what the heck? Why are you liking all my tweets about this? So, yeah. Wait, you're not saying Castlevania? Wait. Hold on. I'm going back to where John Reynolds said he was Alucard. Not not Castlevania? Oh, Hellsing Ultimate. Okay. Okay. My bad. My bad. Same character name. Is he still the son of Dracula? That is another question. Because if it's still like based off of the same mythical character, then oops. Yeah. Are you going to RTX this year? Yes. As long as there's an RTX, you could bet on me showing up. And pretty much the moment I get home from RTX, I start saving up for it. Get your anime right, David. Oh, hey man. Hey, I try my best, okay? Nobody specified in Portal. You haven't seen Hellsing Abridged, have you? I haven't seen anything Hellsing, okay? I haven't. Kind of different, but since he's also Dracula. I think in the original like Alucard mythos was still Dracula as well. I don't know. I'll check out Hellsing. There's quite a bit of anime that I've been checking out. I finally got into Cells at Work. I'm almost done rewatching Elfen Lied. Then I need to watch Idolmaster and Land of the Lustrous. So those are on my to watch list. Yes, Hannah Ray, I did see your fan art of Venom. So, okay. Helsing's Alucard is so OP. He's more like a demon than a mere vampire. Oof. Yikes. I will have to check that out. Guys, I'd hate to cut things short, but VYTALCast has run almost double the length it usually does, and I've had a great time talking, but I do need to eat, and my throat is starting to kill me because I forgot to bring water into here. But I appreciate you all coming here to watch VYTALCast this week, because I know Arnold's streaming, Someone's Sanity is streaming, and there's some other people streaming. Corner of Remnant is also streaming right now, I think, as well. So there's been a lot of RubyTuber competition for this time slot on Friday. So I appreciate you guys every little bit for coming to watch me, whether it's background noise or anything. But yeah, next week we're going to be discussing the finale, and also we'll probably be talking some Genlock. Genlock we'll probably start talking about more the week after that week. So get pumped. I'm excited for VYTALCast. I got more plans for it, and I'm gonna be trying to do normal streams again. I did one for my birthday yesterday, and yeah. Anyway, The Promised Neverland is hurting you more for the second time. Wow. Oh man, I'll have to check that one out as well. So anyway, guys, I love you all. I'll boop you next time.